Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Monday, November the 27th, 2023. Monday, November the 27th. Well, ah, see, what they've done is they tried to throw in a storyline for sweeps, right? One that didn't make any sense, one that came out of nowhere, much like the Cameron Kirsten crisis sweeps again. Something that just came out the blue and is gone just as fast as it can. I'm not happy with the way because you know what? This made no sense. But let's do the usual stuff first. Sally and Adam, they're talking at the bar, and of course he has to bring up what happened to them. He's been thinking about it, but he's been trying to steer clear, give her space. And she goes, good, because I asked for space, but I don't want you to avoid me. I want to know, do you regret what happened? She said it that night. She didn't regret it. So, no, she had to repeat it. No, I don't regret what happened, but, I'm not going to rush into anything. And he can respect that. And it's back to he don't know what's going on with his family. Nobody's at the office. No one has told him anything. No one is returning his phone calls. He's like, but you know what? I guess that's par for the course because before he saw Sally, he ran into Nate. And he's asked him, he goes, Nate, have you heard from Victoria? And Nate is like, turn around. No, Adam, I haven't. He's like, because nobody's at the Newman office and I don't know what's going on. And Nate is like, and it's none of my concern anymore at all, Adam. So I guess this once again is showing you your family don't want you in the loop. And Nate turns and walks away. And Adam is thinking, well, it does look like that, right? But hey, let me go to the bar. We go to the bar. So Sally may have already been there when I can't remember who came first because it doesn't matter. I don't pay that much attention to them because their conversations are going to all be the same. See, when she had Nick and Nick was telling her she's spending, thinking too much about Adam, spending too much time with Adam, that's all she could do was find ways to see Adam. Now that Nick is out the picture, Sally, there's no roadblocks. Oh, but you putting some up. Oh, because that's the way we're putting some up. I don't like the cat and mouse. You guys are gonna get together and create a whole nother baby. We already know that. Come on now. You two belong together. They're the best couple. They're too much alike and they get each other and they don't judge each other. Nick was getting to the point where he was starting to try to tell Sally what to do. And that is the truth, and whatever. Boring. Okay. So now we have this is the plot thickening. Remember when they first brought Audra on? They had her pretty much take the place of Amani, who was lusting after Nate. Audra was instrumental in getting Nate busted out so that Elena would leave him because she wanted Nate. Well, guess who probably still wants Nate? Audra. See, Kyle is fun, but she's always had a little hankering for some Nate. Okay. So she offers Nate a job working with her, but really for her. And I'm thinking, well, how's that supposed to work? He was the one you worked for him. It's hard when an employee of yours then ends up becoming your employer. That's hard. It's hard to reverse those roles, you know, and I personally couldn't do it. I mean, I've owned multiple corporations and I've never gone and worked for that person. You know, actually, I'm always the leader, always the educator, the trainer, you know. So no. But he's trying to figure out what. He says, well, what is it? She goes, well, it hasn't been ironed out yet. So I can't give you all the details. He's like, well, then I can't accept the job without all the details. And I was thinking, Audra, come on now. So she goes, well, just think about it. When the time comes and I can't share it, he goes, then I will listen. He told her straight out. He goes, when the time comes when you can tell me all the details, I will listen. And she's like, okay, you know. And I said, okay, let's see. They used to always be having their heads together because let's face it, they were always scheming on how they could get to the top of Newman. So they're going to run into each other, start to run into each other a lot more. And she was saying, I cannot find Nikki. She's not returning none of my calls. She goes, this is unlike her. And so, Nate was like, Adam was actually saying the same thing. I wonder what's going on, right? So they leave the scene there. I mean, nothing. They sit down, have whatever. Then we get to the good crazy stuff. The good storyline that they threw in out of nowhere, something they completely made up. I mean, come on now. From what I understand and read, went back and did a little digging. That yes, Victoria and Cole's baby was born, but like, yeah, it was too weak. It had something, I forget what it had, and it did not live long. And the baby did die in Victoria's arms. Okay, so how we dreaming that? Was it a dream? A 26-year dream? Family was there consoling her. Oh, come on. So anyway, Jordan is crazier than crazy. She and Eve probably were sisters because they both insane. Or you want to know what's going to have happened? Jordan was probably in the same uh, um, psych ward that Eve was in, right? So Cole comes in the house. He's like, I don't know whose house this is. I mean, I don't feel comfortable being in somebody's house. I don't know. Nikki, are you here? Victoria, I got the text, right? So he's looking at his phone trying to figure out what is going on. Jordan comes out the back with this big hammer, huge, reaches back and clocks him on the back of the head. Now, everybody, there was a 50-50, probably 60-40% chance that a hit on the back of the head with a hammer like that, full force, is going to kill you, right? You're going to have some hemorrhaging in the brain. I said, oh my goodness, did she kill him? Because we don't really see Cole anymore after that. So then we have the whole family. Remember, they're in the house. Well, they come in the house. Claire leads them in the house, and they're like, "Okay, so where's your aunt?" Victoria said, "Where's your Aunt Jordan?" And she goes, "I don't know. Maybe she's still at the hospital." And they're looking at her like, "What? Then what? Like, then why are we here?" Because see, Jordan still allegedly hasn't given them a hospital name. Well, we know why, because Nikki is not at no hospital. So Jordan says, let me try to find out. I'm sure she'll be right here. Would you all like some hot tea? Would you like some water, maybe? And they're looking at her, and Nick says, water would be fine. So she hands them all these bottles of water that's on, this little back of the couch credenza deal. And now look, rule engagement of water 101. When you take water, cap better be sealed, right? When you open it up, it better click, click, so that it was sealed. If it just screws right off, you don't know what people put in it. We all know that's a rule. And unfortunately, see, they weren't thinking anything sinister. Unfortunately, you really need to inspect the cap, because if they want to keep it sealed, they keep it sealed, but they puncture a needle hole in the cap. But the thing about that is, if you look, you can see it. If you really look at the cap, you're gonna say, "Hey, is that a little tiny hole?" At the top of the water bottle, whatever cap, water cap, soda cap. You puncture a hole in it, you're gonna see it. But most people don't look. Most people take whatever bottle they're gonna drink, they grab it, they listen to and feel for the click click, meaning it hasn't been opened before, but they don't inspect the top. So that's a safety tip number one for 2023 going into 2024, y'all. Safety tip number one. So anyway, they all start sipping on the water. And Jordan is just standing there. And then who comes down the stairs with an arm in a sling? Oh, hello. I didn't know you all were here. And so Victor says, okay, so where's my wife? Oh, she's at the hospital. And Sharon says, not Sharon, Victoria. Okay, she's at the hospital. But before Jordan came down the stairs, Claire looked at Victoria. Don't worry about your mother. She's going to be fine. And Victoria says, why are you saying it like that? Right? And then Jordan comes down the stairs. And so she goes, okay, so the doctors have kept her there. Victor says, I need the name of the hospital, please. I do. Because I need to go see my wife. So she goes, oh, well, okay, I'm sure you do. Okay. Claire, honey, can you go call a car service for them? So Claire goes in the other room, pretending to call the car service. And Jordan is talking to them. And he goes, can you explain to me again how it happened? So she tells the same cock and bull story that Claire passed along. And so Claire comes back out. The car service will be here in 15 minutes. And so they look, and so then Jordan says, listen, can we offer you all something to eat? And they're like, no, we're waiting for the car service. We're not going to now chow down. And we don't even know you, right? So she goes, Victor is saying something. And then he says, you know what? I'm going to make a phone call. And she goes, no, you're not. Or something she says, and it tips him off. And he goes, you know what, lady? Something's not adding up here. And so she goes, well, then let me explain a few things. So she takes the sling off her arm and she says, oh, there is no car service coming because I'm going to be here watching you all die. And they look at her like, wait, what? What on earth could you be talking about? So then Claire comes from the back room, dragging out Cole, right? Cole barely, of course, barely standing because look, blood should be everywhere inside his cranium. I'm not surprised it's not coming out his eyes because she clocked him good. And so Victoria says, Cole? what is he doing here? And so Claire's like, the family reunion, the family has to all be here, mother. And Victoria looked at her, mother, you know? And now we got Claire with these stupid, sinister looks. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Please let this story end fast because it is as ridiculous as it sounded, right? So that's pretty much where they left it uh, for today. Nothing. Y'all, I don't know. Let's see if I have any comments in comment corner. Normally I have my comments already ready. But it's gonna take me just a quick minute, everybody, just a quick minute to do comments from a comment corner and manage videos. Let's see, do I have any comments? Young and the Restless. I have one comment. Uh-oh. One comment here. Uh, I'm sorry I haven't commented a lot lately, but I still watch since I don't have a chance to watch TV. It's always enjoyable. I mean, I always enjoy your recaps and hope that you enjoy your Thanksgiving. Thank you so much, Lady Laura Black. Thank you for that comment. With my Young and the Restless, I'm actually not able to do them every single day like I used to. Things have gotten so busy, but I still watch it. So since I still watch it, I find the time to get these pictures ready and get some recaps out. So thank you so much, Lady Laura Black. All right, everybody, I'll be back for another daily recap of The Young and the Restless.